What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Ricky. Today's a good day. Oh, The Last of Us. The Last of Us. Alright, so I'm reading an article and it says The Last of Us is coming out to PS4. It says, I'm going to read straight from the article now. It says, big, if not entirely unexpected news from Sony, according to an interview with PlayStation Eurasian Software Market Manager Serkan Sulan, that's how you say his name, with Turkish website Multiplayer and translated by IGN. Last year's critically acclaimed PS3 title The Last of Us will be making its way to Sony PS4. It's good news for anyone hungering for first-party content on the PS4, even more so for anybody who decided to jump ship from the Xbox to PS4 and missed out on the game that's been hovering for wars like it's spring cleaning. As we've come to expect with last gen ports, it will come fully loaded with enhanced graphics and Left Behind DLC, the first and only piece of single player DLC. Despite the massive amount of hardware PS4 has been moving, we're still in that awkward phase with current gen consoles where most of the games are generation straddlers, not quite yet ready to embrace the full power of modern hardware. Even Infamous Second Son, the first current gen only AAA title on either console since launch, comes with some noticeable quirks. For example, the superhero main character can't swim or interact with water in any way, which is actually true. Anyways, it says the latter years of the PS3 and arguably the early days of the PS4 show just how powerful software is when it comes to selling consoles. The PS3 got off to a rocky start against the 360, but by the end of the generation they were neck and neck, with exclusive titles like God of War, Uncharted, Journey pulling a huge portion of the weight. The Last of Us, likely the last great exclusive for the PS3, provided the Xbox 360 owner a tantalizing idea of what might await them if they switch to Sony in the next generation. Even without many titles announced yet, a number of people have told me that they went with Sony's PS4 based on its track record with first-party development. I'm just letting you guys know, Sony has a high rating for first-party content. Like, they have a lot of great exclusives. It's just Microsoft has like those like 3 exclusives that were just beast mode, which was like Halo, Gears, and I don't know another one. I think Forza maybe. Anyways, it's a fresh battle this time around. Many of Sony's worldwide studios are in trouble. Intended launch title Drive Club is still delayed indefinitely. Next up after Infamous is The Order 1886, a neo-Victorian supernatural action title from Ready at Dawn. Titles like The Last of Us can fill up the gap for a little while, but I'm waiting for the first PS4 title from Naughty Dog to really see what my new machine is capable of. Let's get it! La, 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 la. Alright guys, so I just wanted to Alright, so when you talk to people who, have the PS3 and played, The Last of Us, and you ask us what we thought about this game, all I can say is because I get mad excited. But what do I think about this? This is great compared to like shitty ass Tomb Raider where the story was great, but for the definitive edition, being $60 for a dead broken multiplayer and still have its bugs, and they just changed the bitch's face and a little bit of textures, it was not worth $60. Now The Last of Us still in stores is still worth mad money. It's like 40 something dollars or $50 new. Like it's still at a high price. Like honestly, this game is like rated a 9 point something out of 10. This game was ridiculous. This shit was retarded good. This shit was stupid great. This shit was ugly great. This shit was all types of good shit. I'm telling you, like, this game I would pay $60 all over again to get it on the PS4. Even though it comes with the DLC, and I'm sure it's gonna come with obviously the multiplayer DLC I dropped a couple months back. But the multiplayer isn't even dead either, because I jump on it still. This shit is still popular with such a huge fan base on that shit. Like, a lot of people still play that bitch. The multiplayer is beast mode. Just the whole concept of survival. You're not given everything. You have to go around finding shit, building shit, and you go fucking murk motherfuckers, blood and gore, all types of shit. Real teamwork in that game. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of teamwork in that game. That shit is beast. The single player, I don't even care if the fucking game doesn't even come with multiplayer. The single player is where it's at. That shit was redonkulous. The Last of Us single player honestly was like 12 to 16 hours, which is decent, You know what I'm saying? Especially at that generation with last gen, where so many games were trying to hit with multiplayer and single player. So to incorporate content of a good amount of hours, damn, I hit my mic. A good amount of hours and single player, and multiplayer included, with a good amount of content in the multiplayer too. It's like they didn't rush the multiplayer. That shit is really good. And just to hit to deliver the single player the right way, yo, it's ridiculous. It had, the ending was so good. There's so many twists in the ending. You already know that there should be a part 2. They already announced that, you know, a fucking movie they're trying to do with it. That's how high this game got as ratings. You know, and for any Xbox homosexual out there, just screw you. You know, for anyone who has Xbox, any real Xbox fans, you know, no hating over here. Like, honestly, I recommend this game for anybody. Just like when I just got my 360, I recommended Gears and Halo to any Sony motherfucker or fucking Nintendo or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I didn't care. And I just recommend this game for anyone. Let me just tell you guys, for those who never seen gameplay or never took the time of day, I mean, if you're whether Sony or Xbox or PC, whoever, and didn't take the time of day to actually, like, you know, recognize this game. Now, the summary of the game, I'm not going to give away anything. I'm just going to say, what's the game about? What's the summary about? It's like 20 years after, like, this pandemic shit that happened, and people were just getting infected. And over time, I'm not gonna tell you what happens in the beginning or the end, because like it's just so good, you gotta play it for yourself. And you play as a guy named Joel, and there's a girl named Ellie, in which you do play as in certain parts of the campaign as well. And both of them, you know, they're not related. He's just trying to get it from one place to another, because supposedly she has, for some reason, she can't get infected. There's no, I don't know, something in her blood, she can't get infected. And they go on this huge journey, but they go and fight through clickers, which are, I call them zombies, you know, but they're called clickers. They're infected, and they even go through regular people as well, which made the game even better, because it's just straight survival. You know, there's your location, you claiming it, but there's people there you have to take over. The game is just ridiculous. The character development, I call that shit a 10 out of 10. That's how crazy this single player was. You built all this relationship with the characters that when the game finished, I swear to you, I know a lot of people who played this shit all over again, who played it from the very beginning, because you just see this transition from the beginning to the end of the game. This shit was ridiculous. Like, for example, let me just read someone's critic review. Now, I'm not gonna say who they were, but it said, a masterpiece that breaks the self-imposed barriers of gaming narrative and ensnares, that's what it says, ensnares, the player with intelligent gameplay and brilliant AI. Anyone wanting to tackle the same themes will have to be compared to Naughty Dog's work in the future, and it won't be pretty. Meaning, if any game developing company tries to come up with a project like this, kind of come out with a game like this, a survival or anything, it's definitely going to be compared to Last of Us, without a doubt. They're going to throw that shit right on the ship with The Last of Us. They're going to try to compare it. I know a lot of people don't like doing that with games, but to be honest with you, when it's a game that's this good, that's really good, such as The Last of Us, they're gonna definitely try to compare it. There's really not any game that has a story like The Last of Us. Like, there's a lot of games, there's a lot of shooters, there's a lot of racing games that have the same, you know, content with all of each other. You know what I'm saying? Like, all of them have this something that's alike. The Last of Us is just something unique that it's almost like the movie I Am Legend, just in a different twist. Like, I actually like that movie, but it's just a whole bunch of shit in this game that I'm telling you, if you have never played, if you even have a PS3 right now and you never played it, pick this shit up. I know there's some people that they strictly are against RPGs or role-playing whatever games or survival games, and they only like racing or shooters. I was the same way, I'm telling you. But you just got to give certain games a chance. I never used to like racing games or sports games in the beginning when I was younger, and I love them shits now. But yo, I'm telling you, I think this is a great idea, and I'm gonna say right now, I do think it's worth the $60, because the game is just so good. You could jump from multiplayer, single player, and enjoy both the same exact way. But I'm gonna be honest with you, the single player is so beast that I was really trying to hit that multiplayer, and at first I didn't even like the multiplayer. That's how beast I was so into the single player. But then after I beat the game and I went halfway through a harder mode, but I went to this multiplayer and was like, yo, this multiplayer is dope. Like, I noticed that all the teammates were helping you out. All your teammates help you out. Then there's just so much blood and gore and all this shit. I was like, yo, this multiplayer is beast, and I got hooked on it. So I think it's a great idea. For those who do have the Last of Us, will you guys be picking this up for the PS4? Like, come on now, this is worth $60. For anybody who has the Last of Us, I know they're gonna agree, because this game could have honestly be GTA 5. That's I think so. Yeah, but I mean, this is my opinion. Let me know what you guys think. And for those who got Xbox Ones, or for those who jump from 360 over to PS4, are you guys gonna pick this shit up? I mean, I know I am. I don't give a fuck. I'm out of here. Let me know what you guys think. Peace.